is the Sports Bar Weekend World Cup special. I'm Adam Cattrall, Jermaine Pennant. Alongside me, our social media team have kicked off a debate. Who's the GOAT, Maradona or Messi? Come on, stop this silliness. Stop this silliness. There's only one GOAT, Diego. Let's get... listen, I know you're giggling at me. Who we got here? Harminder, how are you?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very well. Come on, let's talk a little bit of sense on this radio, my friend.
Listen, right? There's no conversations had. It's great. talkSPORT do a great job. We have conversations. We have people phoning in, right? Let's not get silly here. Diego Armando Maradona stands alone on his own football planet, right? We've had many great players. We can talk all day about the great players, Ronaldo, Messi, etc. But please let's not embarrass ourselves and compare any footballer in the world with Maradona, because it's pathetic. It's a pathetic argument. I'll tell you what, right? It's basically like Crystal Palace winning the Premier League twice. And you have to remember, when Maradona won the league with Napoli, just before, a season before or so, they nearly got relegated. Yeah. He didn't just perform miracles. He played against the greatest defenders in the world in that generation, right? While hacking him down. Diego Maradona had to change the way he played because he had to become quicker, because they wanted to break his legs. What he did for Argentina, the national side, I mean, come on. We won't even talk about the greatest ever goal scored in the World Cup finals ever, when he beat half the England team. Let's talk about the hand of God. I'm sick of this conversation, right? Why don't we talk about a guy that's 5'6", 5'7", and he's out jumping a goalkeeper who's 6'2"? How did that happen?
Using his arms, that's why. If I jump,
he punched it
and put my arm out, I'm like 7 foot.
But how did he punch it above a goalkeeper that's 6 inches taller than him? You know, Thierry Henry. Hold on, hear me out. Thierry Henry did the same thing against Ireland, and we never hear a word about it, mate. If Harry Kane did that in this World Cup for England, right? Nobody would give a damn, mate. Great goal, very clever. Pathetic goalkeeping by Shilton in goal, right? And England looked all over the place. Then we'll talk about the second goal, right? The greatest ever goal scored on a pitch, right? That wouldn't be be fit to host a World Cup. A terrible pitch, right? Where the ball bobbles all over the place.
Let him have it, Arminder. Let him have it, son. I can see that this has got you going, Arminder. Go on.
Hear me out, guys. Give me a minute, all right? Not only did he take the whole team on, right? When he went towards Shilton, he showed Shilton the ball. He goes, there you go, Peter. Here's the ball. And the way he rolled it in, mate, you cannot compare him, right? You can have Ronaldo and Messi scoring 1 million goals. Never compare him with the greatest ever footballer. The man was a genius.
When he was playing in Italy, who was the best defenders in the world at the time?
Well, you had all of them. You had Baresi there. You had the greatest defenders in Italy, right? Maldini for AC Milan. You had not only were they great defenders, they were hacking him. They knew how good he was. He had to change his game. He had to become faster, quicker on rubbish pitches, right? Nobody could dribble the ball like him. The difference between Messi and Maradona is this: Messi's a phenomenal player, right? There's no doubt about that, right? Anyone that says any different doesn't know football, right? Messi's a phenomenal player, but he's not a leader. He cannot inspire a generation. He cannot inspire a nation. He cannot be a leader on that pitch where things are going down. Look what Maradona did.
I think Messi's the GOAT.
And Messi's a great player. He's not the greatest of all time. No way. You're just doing that trying to wind me up. Trying to get more callers in. I get that. I get what angle you're coming from. But deep down, when you go home tonight and you go to bed, right, you know there's no comparison to Maradona. You've got all these players in the world. Give Maradona his own planet and let everyone stand alone on the other side. Listen, right?
Pele?
There's no comparison. There's no comparison at all. Yeah.
Pele, come on. Look what he did for Brazil.
Pele, the guy that never even played in Europe. Let me tell you something about Pele, right? Great player, Pele, right? But Pele scored a lot of goals. Listen, I'll tell you a player better than Pele in the World Cup winning side, mate.
He won more World Cups than Maradona.
Garrincha was a better player than Pelé, and any Brazilian that you talk to will tell you that, yeah? Brazil was surrounded with great players. Maradona wasn't surrounded with great players. He made that team great.
Nailed it.
What he did will never be repeated again. No matter how many lifetimes there are, Maradona stands alone. There's no argument. It's great you're having a show, right, and you'll get callers in, but let's not get pathetic. Anyone that knows anything about football, Maradona, Diego Armando Maradona, stands alone as the greatest footballer that ever kicked a football. And if you think anything different, right, my advice to you is phone up the GP on Monday morning.
Harinder, you can breathe now. Absolutely outstanding, my friend. That's what I like to see. People coming on and agreeing with me.
No, I agree.
That's it.
I'm agreeing that Mardo's a great player.
Beautiful. Jay, how are you, mate? Welcome to the show.
Cheers, guys. First time caller, so kind of...
Go for it, Jay. Have you been inspired by Harinder there to ring in?
Yeah, kind of. Now, look, I agree with some points, but what I think a lot of people fail to recognise is footballers today are athletes. Right. They are at the top of the physical limits.
Yeah.
You know, what you got to remember is when guys like Maradona and Pelé were playing, these guys were having cigarettes half time.
Yeah, right.
You know, going for a pint at the end of the match.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I fully, rate Maradona, but with what Ronaldo and Messi have done, is just on a different planet because
Jay, let me ask you a question, right? Jay, are you into your fitness or anything? Do you go to the gym or anything?
Yeah.
All right, so let's say you were to get on the treadmill and do 5K, right?
Yeah.
When is it easier to do that 5K? Is it when you've had a good night's sleep the night before, you've not had a drink, you've not been out partying, or is it when you've been out all night, you've just rolled in the morning, and then you get on the treadmill?
We haven't touched anything.
Say that again?
Without the hangovers.
Exactly. Diego Maradona partied all the way through, my friend. He was enjoying himself, right?
I hear your argument. But what I'm trying to say is you've got guys who are now, even the guys that they go up against. I'm not talking about Messi himself, Ronaldo or Maradona. I'm talking about the guys they're up against. They are physical specimens. They are capable of doing a lot more now than they were back then. You know, the pitches are a whole lot better. We're talking everything is at the top level now. You know, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Maradona, I love the guy. Love watching so many clips and everything about him. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what humans are capable of now, especially these athletes.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different ball game. We've got to recognise what the two current best players in the world, in my eyes, Messi and Ronaldo, have been doing for the last 15-odd years. You know, the numbers that they racked up. Numbers, stats don't lie at the end of the day. Look, if we want to talk about the greatest footballers of all time, you may as well just eliminate the Ballon d'Or because that's a joke. Yet people recognise that as the best footballers in the world.
Fair enough, Jay. Fair enough. I like it. I like. Listen, I do like the conversation of not comparing eras and decades because the game does move on, and science obviously enables that for people to move on. The game to be a lot faster. Athletes, as Jay was referring to there, but nobody's going to change my argument. Nobody's going to change my mind.
Catman, what he's trying to say is that Maradona was playing against
farmers.
Farmers,
that's what he's saying.
Basically.
That's what he's saying.
Or hungover lads.
Yeah.
Not athletes.
Yeah, but he was
not
the worst
top defenders.
He was the worst of a lot of them.
That's what he's trying to say. He said, no, Messi and Ronaldo are playing against top athletes in their best nick.
That don't have to tackle. Because referee will protect them.
VAR.